welcome.
I like the flavor.
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 monarch butterflies in our garden.
I want to hold one.
You're less scared. Look at it go. Good job. Good job. Oh, there it goes. Bye, be on your way. Grandma is going to tell us about her experience with curing and storing the sweet potatoes that they grow each year. She has a helper. The way he's helping is he's getting Grandma to sit down. Grandma never sits down. Once you pull them out of the ground, what's the next step?
Okay, we put them in shallow vegetable or fruit boxes, and then we need to get them out of the sunshine, and we've got boxes sitting in the shade, and we'll probably lightly dust off the worst of the dirt, but not get them wet, not wipe them with wet rags, and then they're ready to cure. 2 years ago we had a huge crop, so this is what we did. Somehow you have to keep them humid, about 80% or more humidity, and 80 degrees, 85 degrees. So say 80 degrees and 80% humidity for a bottom line for 4 days to 2 weeks. And I've gotten all kinds of guidelines. I think we did ours about a week or 10 days. And what we figured out to keep them humid was we put up an old 3-man tent in the basement right beside the wood stove, about 2 yards from the wood stove. And we put a humidifier in it, and we kept the temperature up and kept the stove going a lot, and kept a thermometer in there and measured a barometer. We measured the humidity and just because we've never done it before, and the temperature, and tried to keep about 80% humidity and about 80 degrees. Of course, when the fire went down at night, it probably got a little cooler. But that's the first step of curing, is the hot, moist time.
Once you've completed the hot and moist, or warm and humid curing cycle, what's the next step?
Then you take the sweet potatoes and put them in a cool, drier place, which for us is a bedroom that we don't heat. We just close the door and we don't allow the stove heat to go into it. And we'll stack the boxes, one this way, one that way, for ventilation, and do them about 4 or 5 high. And they'll sit in there. They need to stay there for, I think it's 6 to 8 weeks, and then they're really supposed to be sweet.
So the curing actually makes them sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so what if you ate one right now that we just picked?
They say they're fine now, but you may want to put more sugar or honey in them to make a pie or something like that. They're not as sweet.
Okay, and is the texture different at this point?
That I don't know.
Probably starchier.
It may be starchier, yeah, if that's going to turn to sugar.
How did you and Mick and Arthur learn all these amazing skills that you seem to just do so well?
When we got married, we started gardening because Mick had grown up with gardening, with his parents and especially his grandma dear. So he did a lot of gardening. So we just started doing whatever gardening we could in whatever house we lived in whatever ground that house had or the neighbor's yard. And we learned things new every year. We've never done sweet potatoes until 3 years ago. And they are really fun, they're really easy, they don't get buggy, and they're gorgeous. And you can eat the greens. So yay for sweet potatoes. They're much easier than white potatoes to grow and better for you.
And they store through the winter.
And they store really well. So I'd say go for it. You want to get slips in the spring. They go in, they're a hot weather crop, so you get slips in June. and a lot of the local stores sell them. And you put the slips in the ground and they're already started. They already have roots and they're ready to go.
I got it! Pop anything done?
We're hand digging our sweet potatoes, and we're just going through down the hill. And notice all these vines out here. There's probably no sweet potatoes down here, or if there are, they're little ones, so we'll check them out later. But now we're just going down the main hill. Just finding the hill, and Gracie's got one here uncovered already. And so this saves a lot of digging to get your main crop out. And we're just gonna pull them out.
You like this one?
And I try to pull them out in such a way where they don't break off. These are edible too. Just want to clean them off and just boil them or bake them. We don't keep them over the winter. We just keep the big, beautiful ones like this.
Those are beautiful.
Are they big? Papa, there's one right there. Actually, there's another one.
There's 3.
Look what we found. A whole bunch of them in here. We were having a butternut sweet potato war as the vines were growing into each other all summer long.
That's a good kind of war to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn their swords into plowshares. I think there's some animals eating the kale in the garden. I don't know what kind of trap I need in order to catch these kind of animals.
You need a long neck trap.
They talk.
Pretend I did it.
Okay.
It's just because we're protecting our eggs. No, here's the dad. He's